Just waiting on the press conference. They just arrested him. I mean, not arrested him, but he's at the courthouse getting arraigned. Luigi Mangione, the suspect in the UnitedHealthcare CEO case, Brian Thompson. So they're bringing him. He's going to be in the courthouse. Well, he's in the courthouse getting arraigned. They had just showed him being taken into the courthouse. I'm checking his page because people are speculating that somebody might be helping him with the page, but I think he has everything on coming out on a time basis. Let's see. Oops. Hold on 1 second.
Could you do a mic check? Could you do a mic check to say where we are?
Stand up there.
Okay.
Test, test. Mic check. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Now I can't find his YouTube page.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Thank you. Hey, so I'm hello? Hello? Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, that's the courthouse. I think he's going to get arraigned there.
Oh, yeah. 241 kilos precise.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We're in the basement of this whole thing. Yeah. Are you talking about? Yeah.
All right, it says stand by. I'm just searching to see if they took his page down. 'Cause I can't find it. Oh, here's a video of him being taken to the courthouse. He look like a serious dude right now. Oh, let me show you. Damn, Luigi. Lou in trouble, man. Lou. I'm calling him Lou. Look at Lou. And apparently he comes from a wealthy family. They showed his parents' house is kind of big. It's a big house. What y'all think, man? That's him. That's Lou. Lou caught up in a case. So we're gonna see. Yeah, he came from some money. They showed his parents' house not too long ago. It's a huge property. I was looking to see if his video dropped, but that's what I was looking for. But I can't see. I can't find it now. Let's see. Yeah, he did have one, but as far as the manifesto is concerned, I can't play that on here because usually YouTube will. Usually when it comes to like manifestos and stuff like that, they don't want you to play it. I've had that problem in the past. Sorry about that. I had to take that call real quick. Let's see. Let me see. Did they go to? Okay, here we go.
It's iffy at best. You see my finger? They're saying it's iffy at best, but it's not.
I'll wait till they start the press conference.
Marginal. Make sure you're rolling the camera.
Wait in a second. I'll make it bigger. But
Okay. All right.
yeah, he went before the judge a little while ago to get arraigned. Yeah, he could have been like at that particular time. His mental health probably was off. Like to do something like that. Did you email me, Christy? Did you just email me? Okay. Okay. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I'm just waiting for the it is crazy. I mean, for somebody that came from privilege and stuff, and they're gonna have to look at his social media to see what he was saying on there. It's obviously something he was heavily interested in these CEOs. He didn't like, you know. So they got to figure out. I don't know if he's talking in his interrogation. I'm not sure. He don't look like he got any sleep though, like I was saying. So I'm thinking when he was at the McDonald's, he knew that was going to be it for him. They took his Facebook account down. I'm pretty sure of it because I can't find his YouTube. Nope, can't find it. So they got it. I knew they were going to take it down. That's usually what they do. It's a matter of time before all that stuff goes down. Yep, just a matter of time. Hey, Lashane, how's it going? CZ, how's it going? So just waiting now to see what they say. I'm curious to know if he said anything or... See, he had 1,200 friends on his page. He's probably a pretty popular guy. Because his classmates, I heard that they're shocked over this and saddened that this happened and he was involved. So, 26 years old, he just started living life, man. He said one of 37 grandchildren, descended from a millionaire real estate developer, Nick Mangione Sr. Yeah, he come from money, man. That house his parents lived in is huge. Huge house, huge property. So they probably knew it was, the authorities, I'm thinking now that the authorities probably knew his name, but they couldn't find him. But then the person at McDonald's alerted them where he was. But they already knew his name because his family probably had already called him, saying that's my son. So they already, I'm thinking now, they had a name, but they were just, they couldn't find him. Yet, oh, they haven't heard from him in months. I want to say this is going to be a federal crime, I think. We'll see. They said they didn't know where he was. Yes, it's a Fed situation. Because he crossed state lines. He crossed state lines to do the killing. Yes, it's federal. So he going to be in the Southern District. He going to be up there with Puff.
Yeah.
When they extradite him to New York City, he'll be right in there with Puff. Well, it may not be that his Facebook was wiped from the internet, but Facebook took it down. The authorities, they took it down, so they still have access to it. Or he could have wiped it down, but it never get wiped away.
Test for anybody who needs a test, and then maybe after I stand up here for a test, somebody else will come up here and stand up here for a test so I can get a test. This is a test. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hi.
Are you able to say and spell the names of the people who are going to be speaking?
I have no clue who's going to be speaking or what they're going to say.
No.
I do not work here. Okay, who's going to be my friend and come stand up here?
I got you.
He's animated. Oh, you're not getting notifications and all that. They don't show me no love too much.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
They
10.
don't.
Blair County. Courthouse. Audio test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's how it is.
7, 8, 9, 10. 3 white ballots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, I heard that he's a cousin of Republican Maryland state legislator Nino Maglione.
I know.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, he's connected.
Yeah. All right, I just want to make sure.
You can't see video on 7.
No.
So again, guys, he saw the judge today. And let me just show you the perp walk. Wait, let me make it bigger. So that was taken early when he's on his way to the courthouse.
Okay, just want you to know.
Anybody missed the cell phone from upstairs?
Why did I not get the picture? Getting a yellow screen up, not good. I might have it off. Cool. I'll still be rolling. Yeah.
Nobody's missing a cell phone. Going once.
No, I do. You're old.
Normal business hours, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Guess it'll start in a second. Yeah, he would still be out there possibly roaming around if they wasn't notified. You say he wasn't at work. I know it's a lot of questions. Did he take vacation or? It's a lot going on today. And you know, Jay-Z lawyer is at work right now trying to get the victim's identity out there. Is that why they called the police? He was trying to pay with Monopoly. I don't know. He did something at McDonald's to alert somebody for them to call the police. Maybe that was his way of getting caught.
New York. I'm associated. You guys?
Okay, it also, hold on, let me mute this. And another note, Beyonce's, like somebody mentioned this to me before, and it's true. Beyonce mom, Tina Knowles, likes a post about lawsuit accusing Jay-Z of R. She liked it. She liked the post. Something is going on in that family for her to like it. She like, finally, let me get my daughter away from him. Because some people seem to think like Beyonce is trapped because, you know, she's under Rock Nation. So it's getting ready to go down. It's getting ready to go down. Jay-Z is officially now on the clock. He's on the clock. And she knows something. Beyonce knows something. And I'm going to tell you something, right? I've been looking at a lot of those white parties and stuff. You don't really see Beyonce there a lot. The only time she there is at the Rock Nation brunches. You never really see her at those white parties. Never really see her there. You see him there though, but not her. So she knows something. She definitely does. And I'm going to tell you something, at the right time, she will speak. At the right time through her publicist, she will. But she getting, and trust me, she got a hell of a lot of supporters that got her back. And this is going to make him look crazy because he really, you know, got to where he was like as this power couple because he got with her and all her fans. I don't know who the next star is going to be named, but for a prominent lawyer like Tony Busby, he's not going to put his reputation on the line just for anything. Okay? He is one of the world's most successful lawyers. And Jay-Z called him an ambulance chaser. He's not. He's not that. He's the real deal. He's a very successful lawyer. He collected over $17 billion for his clients in the life of his time as being an attorney. That's major. That's nothing to sneeze at. And that's nothing to sneeze at all. Yeah, Busby said he nor his client will be bullied by anyone. He did say that. So it's going down. For her mother to like that post, it's going down. It's going down, man. As we speak, it's going down. I'm not sure, Cheryl G. That's a good question. I'm not sure if he was responsible for those two investigators going to creators' homes. Christy said, you said he. Okay. They're waiting on someone. Okay, there we go.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Deputy Chief Derek Swope of the Altoona Police Department. Today we're going to go through an incident that occurred in the city of Altoona. This morning at approximately 9:14 a.m., Altoona police officers received a call of a suspicious male at a local restaurant. It was reported that the male matched the description of the UnitedHealthcare murder in New York City. When officers arrived, they made contact with the male who had a face mask on. That male was asked to remove his face mask, and officers immediately recognized him as a suspect in the New York City shooting in recent days. That male was asked for a form of identification. He then provided a fake identification card out of New Jersey. After a brief investigation, it was determined that the ID provided was in fact a fake ID, and he was subsequently arrested for a forgery charge. Once he was taken into custody for that forgery charge, he was transported to the Altoona Police Department. Once at the Altoona Police Department, that male was searched instant to arrest. It was discovered that he had a United States passport that identified him as Luigi Mangione. From there, continued search of his property. A firearm was located, and a suppressor was also located. There were also other items of evidentiary value that were located that would assist in this investigation. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to Governor Shapiro for some words.
Thank you, Deputy Chief Swope, and let me acknowledge and thank the law enforcement who I'm joined with today, beginning with Lieutenant Colonel Bivens of the Pennsylvania State Police. I want to thank Senior Special Supervisory Agent Zabo from the FBI, and acknowledge NYPD Commissioner Daughtry and the women and men of the NYPD who join us here today. District Attorney Weeks, who you will hear from shortly. And I just concluded a briefing with Mayor Adams and Commissioner Tisch from New York. I want to begin by thanking our fellow Pennsylvania resident who acted as a hero today. Pennsylvania resident saw something early this morning at McDonald's and said something to our local police. Our local police here in Altoona acted swiftly. I want to say a special thanks to Officer Tyler Fry of the Altoona Police Department. Officer Fry is about 6 months into his time serving his fellow people here in Pennsylvania, and he acted swiftly, he acted with smarts, and he acted with calm. You know, safety often turns on the strength of the relationship between the community and law enforcement. We have that strong relationship here in Altoona, and it was proven here today. I want to ask all of our fellow Pennsylvanians to demonstrate the same type of thoughtfulness and courage and smarts as the individual at McDonald's did this morning, and help law enforcement here in Pennsylvania as we continue with our investigation. You'll see photos of the suspect who is here. And you should know that this suspect traveled between Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, making stops in between, obviously here in Altoona. I want to ask all of our fellow Pennsylvanians to help us with any tips that they might have by contacting us at 800-4PA-TIPS. Again, that number is 800-4PA-TIPS. The suspect was just arraigned here in the courthouse, and presumably New York will file charges very, very soon. That process will continue to play out, and justice will be delivered in this case. This case is hinged on attention. In fact, the attention in this case and the killing of Ryan Thompson was helpful, no doubt, in allowing us to capture this killer, in alerting that individual at McDonald's this morning, and then having that individual contact police. But some attention in this case, especially online, has been deeply disturbing, as some have looked to celebrate instead of condemning this killer. Brian Thompson was a father to two. He was a husband, and he was a friend to many. And yes, he was the CEO of a health insurance company. Mr. Thompson, I understand, was laid to rest earlier today in Minnesota in a private setting. As the conversation continues about this case, let's be mindful not to dehumanize him, to make him just an avatar of a system that is disliked by many. He was a father, he was a husband. He did not deserve to die like this on a sidewalk in New York City. I again want to thank all law enforcement present here this evening. Law enforcement works best when it works together. In this case, we have the New York Police Department working together with the Altoona Police Department, working together with our Pennsylvania State Police and our partners at the federal level as well. Everyone came together to solve this case and keep the public safe. I again want to ask my fellow Pennsylvanians, if you have any information regarding this suspect or his travels throughout Pennsylvania, please share those tips with us immediately. And with that, I want to thank District Attorney Weeks for his important work today and invite him to the microphone to say a few words.
Thank you, Governor Shapiro. Good evening, everyone. I would echo the governor's sentiments. Law enforcement does work at its best when they work together. I'd also like to thank District Attorney Seidel. He and his staff came down from Manhattan District Attorney's Office today in record time to assist us at the Altoona Police Department. And as the governor stated, the state police, the Altoona Police Department, the FBI, the New York City Police Department, Logan Township Police Department, the Blair County Sheriff's Department, and other agencies all work together today to do what needed to be done to seek justice. I now have to brag about how the community in Blair County isn't afraid to say something, to report a crime, to contact local law enforcement. And I've often touted how they've made their community, whether it be Altoona or somewhere else, a safer place to live. And today I submit that a resident from Altoona and the Altoona Police Department helped make New York City a safer place to live and helped kickstart the process to seek justice for a senseless killing. So again, I'd like to thank everybody, and it's my honor to introduce Deputy Commissioner Daugherty at this time.
Thank you, Mr. DA. On behalf of the New York City Police Commissioner, Jessica Tisch, I want to extend, once again, your appreciation to the Altoona Police Department, to your leadership team, federal, state, local authorities, and especially to the customer at the McDonald's that seen something, said something, the McDonald's employee that called 911 and reported this individual inside of their restaurant. The men women behind me, detectives. Some of these detectives that are standing behind me haven't been home since Tuesday when this incident happened. They've been working this case tirelessly around the clock. And when they got that phone call, immediately they jumped in their car, in the police car, and raced down here to go see if this was the individual they were looking for. That's dedication. Their commitment to bringing this individual to justice is just standing behind them. And on behalf of the mayor and the police commissioner, they extend their thanks and appreciation to you as well. Here's a message to the criminal element that they want to commit a crime in New York City and cross state lines, county lines. The message is very clear. Police Commissioner Tisch's Police Department will find you and bring you to justice. Just look behind you. Thank you.
I think with that, I'd be happy to try and take a few questions.
Governor, question, I guess maybe for the local law enforcement about the arrest specifically today. I don't know who that would be, but
For Altoona.
I guess I'm curious if we could hear a little bit more about the dynamics, if you could step to the podium, sir. We could hear a little bit more about the dynamics inside that McDonald's. I know there was some detail in the affidavit about what happened when the individual was asked if he'd been to New York. Could you speak a little bit to his demeanor and how that played out?
Sure. So it was a peaceful arrest, first and foremost. The officer quickly recognized the male as the suspect from the shooting. And within several seconds of the first contact, he had asked the suspect if he had been in New York City recently. And that really invoked a physical reaction from the suspect. He became visibly nervous, kind of shaking at that question. And he didn't really answer it directly. So that statement alone really said a lot. And the suspect didn't have to say a lot after that question to show that, he was very nervous at that point.
Was that the officer that the governor mentioned who's new on the job, who was involved in that?
Yes, so Officer Fry's here to my left. Officer Fry can step this way a little bit. And then his partner that he was with, Officer Joe Detweiler.
Officer, could you maybe identify yourself and maybe describe that whole interaction and what played out?
Spell your name.
Patrolman Fry, Tylerfrye. So whenever we got on scene there, we were able to pretty much find where he was at in the restaurant. And as soon as he was wearing a blue medical mask. As soon as we pulled that down, we asked him to pull it down. Me and my partner and I recognized that just from what we saw in the media, photos, videos, we just didn't even think twice about it. We knew that was our guy, but he was very cooperative with us. Didn't really give us too many issues. Once we found out his identity, we took it from there.
How does it feel after 6 months on the job as a law enforcement officer to be part of, to make this arrest?
I can't say I was expecting it by any means, but it feels good to get a guy like that off the street, especially starting my career this way. It feels great.
So upon his arrest, has he made any statements since his arrest? Has he asked for a lawyer yet?
To my knowledge, he hasn't made any statements.
You guys
How
are
long was he
saying,
staying in Altoona, and where was he staying, and then was the gun on himself, or was he in another car somewhere?
We are still investigating how long he's been in Altoona. There's still a lot of follow-up to do in this case. Again, the men and women behind me are assisting with that.
Can you tell
we're
us?
still looking into it.
I'm going to ask Lieutenant Colonel Bivens of the Pennsylvania State Police to address the question.
So there are a lot of things that need to be followed up yet in this investigation. Certainly, there were a number of items that were found on his person, in his backpack, that have been inventoried, and we've begun to do an analysis of some of those. There were written documents. There are electronic devices that are in the process of being downloaded. Search warrants are obtained. And so over the next hours and days, those efforts will continue. We're going to take a closer look at all of the information that we can glean from that regarding his activities up until and during the time of the homicide, his flight from New York, and we know that he has been in Pennsylvania, for several days. And so part of that investigation will also focus on trying to retrace his steps. We've already identified businesses, for example, that he frequented in this area and activities that he engaged in. That led us to more evidence. And so all of that is becoming kind of a mountain of evidence that has to be analyzed and looked at. I'm confident we'll have a much better idea of his activities over the past number of days in New York and in Pennsylvania. Additionally, we're also trying to determine that we don't have another actor or an accomplice out there. So this information will all be used to help us prove or disprove whether that exists and whether there were any other intended targets. So a lot of questions that are out there that are unanswered yet, but we have a lot of information that we can examine that hopefully will give us some of those pieces of data that we need. Someone asked about the interview. He was initially cooperative. He is not now. And so he has been arraigned and transported and will be securely housed pending the filing of additional charges in New York.
So you said he is an actual suspect in
Governor, you mentioned that he was in Pittsburgh at some point, is that correct? What
Yes.
do you know about that time in Pittsburgh?
Bill?
We're not going to get into any more details at this time. We would like to hear from any Pennsylvanian and in Pittsburgh who've had any sightings or any dealings with the individual. That's why I specifically asked for anyone to share that.
But
Can you talk about the extradition to New York? How does that process work? I know that you have your case here, but what happens with the New York part of it?
And how long does it take?
Thank you.
So that answer depends. Once the charging documents are filed in the state of New York, we will file a fugitive justice complaint against the defendant. Will be brought before a common pleas judge shortly thereafter. And the defendant will be presented with the option to waive his extradition or to contest his extradition. If he waives his extradition, we of course will make him available to NYPD and the Manhattan District Attorney's Office as soon as we're able to arrange his transportation there. If he contests it, that process typically takes between 30 and 45 days to do the requisite paperwork, but we do that all the time in our office, and that's kind of a normal procedure.
Any indication on the backpack itself right now? The backpack itself. You had the one that was in New York. Do we know if that's the same one that he had at the time of the shooting there, or is this backpack that he had here one that he may have acquired? And the findings inside, the gun, the silencer, and cash, some foreign currency as well. Is that correct?
I'll defer to someone else. I'm not going to speculate on any of the interpretation of the evidence. I'm going to rely on the officers doing the investigation to complete that and reach their conclusions.
Can we say more about possible motives in this case? At this point, he is a suspect in the hit on the United CEO. Can we call him a suspect at this point? Obviously, he was arrested on other.
Yes, as we confirmed at his preliminary arraignment, with the permission of District Attorney Seidel, we expect charges to be filed forthwith, and obviously, I'm not going to speculate on that timing, but tonight or tomorrow or sometime in the very near future for homicide.
Sorry, sir, can I just ask, in terms of the officers investigating this case, can you say any more about a suspected possible motive?
So at this point, we're not going to comment on that. I mentioned that there is a lot of information to go through. Certainly everything has been or will be shared with NYPD, but there is other information that really doesn't even pertain to that investigation. It, again, focuses more on his activities here in Pennsylvania and other travels. So all of that hopefully will shine more light on it. There is some information that gives us some insight into his thinking, but again, all part of the ongoing investigation. Way too early.
Can you say anything more about the document that was found, the handwritten document?
As far as the NYPD, we're not going to be commenting on the investigation steps here. In the next couple of days, there'll be immediate availability at One Police Plaza, and Commissioner Tisch will update. Commissioner Tisch and the Chief Detective Joe Kinney will update the media at One Police Plaza. But I will be happy to talk about that. The Commissioner Tisch and the New York City Mayor did FaceTime Officer Fry and then thanked them for their service. So that was he got a pretty cool phone call from the mayor and our police commissioner.
Do we know how he got to Pennsylvania? Was it through aircraft, train, bus? How did he arrive in Pennsylvania?
Again, we do have a good idea of that, but all part of the ongoing investigation.
But just to clarify, Governor, you had suggested, I think I heard you, I want to make sure I heard it right, that I guess he took a bus from the terminal of the George Washington Bridge to Philly, and then from there he was around the state and wound up here, or is that can you be any more specific about how you think this worked?
Well, again, I'll jump in. It's all part of the ongoing investigation. So yes, we do have a good idea how he got from Philadelphia to Pittsburgh, but there are some gaps in time. And so before we start laying out a timeline of his travel, we really need to work through all of that. And so we know that at some point it is likely he was in a variety of locations across the state, to include Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, and points in between.
And then Altoona. So Philadelphia, then Pittsburgh, and then he made his way back here to Altoona.
Again, that will all be part of the he's caught here in Altoona. So logically he was in those locations first. But again, the timeline of all of that will be part of the ongoing.
So how did you evade detection for several days? Obviously he was caught at a McDonald's this morning. That guy's got to eat. For the past few days he's been on the run. for multiple days at this point. How did he manage to evade detection for so long?
So I think, again, as part of the ongoing investigation, when we determine where he's been, where he's stayed, those kinds of things, we may be able to answer some of those questions. But right now I will tell you that based on everything that we have seen, he was very careful with trying to stay low profile, avoid cameras, not all that successfully in some cases, but that was certainly the effort he was making. He took steps to try and avoid detection with some of the electronic devices and things as well. So again, all part of the investigation, but clearly, somebody that was very security conscious and trying to avoid.
And to be clear, he has no criminal record, and this was a name that was not previously known to law enforcement?
I am not aware of a criminal history.
Could you speak to those tech evasion devices? It was mentioned in the hearing, and then the defendant said that those were waterproofing bags. Could you speak a little bit more to what was taken as evidence today?
No, not at this point. Again, I've spoken generally about what's there, but at this point, everything remains under investigation, and we'll have much more information, and New York will certainly have information for you in the future.
Can we just clarify, sir, sorry, can we just clarify something?
There's still a search for any other suspects other than the accomplice or potential accomplice?
We're still going to canvass. We're still going to investigate. Like I said before, we're going to provide an update in a couple of days by the police commissioner and the chief of detectives back out in New York. I will say this though, if anybody out there that has any information that they think that will help this case, please contact our tip line, which is 1-800-577-TIP. Remember, all calls are kept confidential.
And can we just clarify something?
The customer spoke with the employee called 911.
That is my understanding.
Was it a customer that recognized the suspect first, told an employee, and the employee rang the police? Is that correct?
Yes, my understanding, I was just confirming, but my understanding is the employee became suspicious, thought they recognized, and wanted someone to check it out.
Oh, because someone referred to a customer, but there was...
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm sorry, did I say employee? The customer recognized, notified the employee, and wanted someone to check it out.
So it was a
Which restaurant it was? Was it the one on St. Rose?
I'm not familiar with the address of that. It's a McDonald's. Yes.
The suspect disputed the currency. Can you explain why there was a discrepancy or how much he was found to have?
Again, we're not going to talk about what was found in the bag. We have accurately cataloged everything that was in there, and that is a matter of what.
DA Weeks, could you repeat what you said in court about that money?
I certainly stand by all the comments I made at the preliminary arraignment, but I'm not going to comment anymore on the evidence at this time. My comments at preliminary arraignment were in support of my argument for bail. Thank you.
We probably have time for one or two more questions.
Is he being held at a county or state facility?
He will likely be taken to a state correctional institution later this evening.
I would say specifically for Pennsylvania law enforcement, over the past few months, you've had the attempted assassination of former president, now president-elect. Now you've had this. What do you think about that?
Violence can never be used to address political differences or to address a substantive difference or to try and prove some ideological point. That is not what we do in a civilized society. That was true in Butler. It was true in New York City. It's true anywhere. That is not how you make progress in this country. The suspect here who shot at that CEO and killed that CEO is a coward, not a hero. And we need to make sure that in this country we get back to having a civil discourse about our differences. And that is an important lesson coming out of Pennsylvania, and it is one that I think the rest of the nation needs to hear as well. On the law enforcement side, I will tell you that I am incredibly proud of the Pennsylvania State Police and local police in Butler and here in Altoona. who responded in a way that kept others safe and saved other lives. That was true at the fairgrounds in Butler, and it was true here today in Altoona. Had that local Pennsylvanian not spoken up, had that wonderful police officer who's been on this job for 6 months not acted calmly and swiftly, God knows what could have happened. So I think the lessons coming out of Pennsylvania are that violence is not a way to answer questions and address problems, and that we have the gift of law enforcement here in this Commonwealth who care deeply about the safety and well-being of our fellow Pennsylvanians and our fellow Americans, and I commend you.
Thank you all. They're right with you.
All right, so the audio was kind of, their audio was kind of off, man. It was hard for me to listen to it. But they said it was a peaceful arrest. They said he was nervous, but they caught their guy, man. Now, like I said, I don't know what he did to alert whoever at McDonald's. I think they just recognized him or something. And they called the police. And that's how they got him. But they're going to have to work on extraditing him to New York City. So that's the next step. He already saw the judge. He got arraigned. And the next thing is to get him to New York City. And get arraigned there. Let's see. What is this? Maybe they're waiting to bring him out or something. I don't know. I know he was seeing a judge, but more, obviously he's not going to get bail. It's probably going to be, he's considered a flight risk, obviously, so he's not going to get that. But I'm curious to see where they're going to hold him. It's federal. They're probably going to hold him in the same building where Puff is. It's a federal case. He crossed state lines to do this, so yeah, maybe he's gonna come out or something. I don't know what this shot is right here. He said, why didn't he order Uber Eats? I don't know where he was staying at the time. He was at McDonald's. You said YouTube shut it down? Oh, they shut his page down, you said. Yeah. I can't find it. It had a 30-second timer. Yeah, I know I saw that, but I went back to find that video and I can't find it, so they shut it down. And they shut his, I never got a chance to go on his Facebook. They shut that down. But I do know if someone tried to read like a manifesto or something like that, they'll shut the YouTube video down. So I can't share that. If they do read his manifesto, I have to blurt it out. They will shut it down. So I don't know what this shot here is. Are they like gonna take him out? Okay, he's getting in position, so maybe it's okay. They're gonna bring him out. I'm assuming. He said, I don't know, take all the police for that. I guess so. They always take their social media accounts down because now it's evidence. They got to comb through it and stuff like that. Yeah, sometimes they end up like that. He did have a good life, or it appeared to be. And he ended up right here. Murder. And it was caught on video. But see, the thing that he did wrong was he still had a gun on him. He should have got rid of the gun. And then, like he said, they said he didn't, he got his rifle waiting. Then they said, he didn't give any statements. Okay, so that's good. He didn't give statements, but here, however, you were found with the gun on you. That's not good. Only thing I could say now, he can just plead that he's insane or something. Okay, they might be bringing him out. They're getting ready to do the second perk walk. You say holding that rifle Tony Busby style in the Marines. That's what Jay up against now. He's up against a former Marine. I'm waiting to see what the NFL does to see if they still have Jay connected to the NFL. I think that's almost done. Definitely is. He got to deal with this situation here. They don't want to be tied to that. He said, Max, hey, we need Diddy talk. More charges according to... I'm going to get to that. After this, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to take a quick break. I've been at it all day. Yes, indeed. We working overtime over here today. And yeah, I'm on it. We're going to get to the Diddy, then get back to Jay, then get back here, then go there. Or just do the Diddy and Jay together. Yeah, it's going down, KW. It's going down. And a lot of his other partnerships, too, is probably going to be severed. It sucks it has to be that way over allegations, but in order for you to be that high profile, your name got to be clean. It really does. It has to be a clean. Thank you, Cheryl G. It has to be clean. Really. That's what you give up for being at that level. To get that type of, everybody just can't get that partnership with the NFL. It's kind of special. That's a special partnership that everybody can't have. So, unfortunately, I tell people, be careful what you do in your early part of your life. A lot of people teach you that credit is everything. It's not. Your reputation is everything. The credit you can always build. All you gotta do is pay your bills. That's easy. But your reputation, once it's tarnished, you can't get that back. And believe it or not, your reputation score will get you out of jam sometime. They're like, okay, you never been arrested, you never did this. People will be more prone to work with you, especially if you act accordingly. But if you partook in anything early on in your life, your 30s, when you become a billionaire and get all these partnerships and stuff like that, especially if you don't watch the company you keep, you can lose everything in a heartbeat. This is not a color thing here. We just covering a legal case over here. We did the same. Okay, it's over. Okay. Hey, they go, what's his name? Hopefully he don't ding me for that, because people do that. Just for a split second, they'll get you. So there it is. So the UnitedHealthcare's CEO killer, alleged killer, met with the judge today to get arraigned. So that was the first thing. He has to go before a judge to see what he's being accused of. How do you plead? Not guilty. Okay. Now the next course of action is he has to lawyer up. He probably lawyered up already, maybe to see a judge. If not, he had to lawyer up. Maybe his family will pay for him a lawyer, right? Because he come from money, so they got to see if they get him a paid lawyer. Okay, from there, they got to work out to transport him, extradite him from Pennsylvania to state of New York and going into New York City. So that's the next thing. Then once he get to New York City, then he'll see another judge. Okay, because 2 crimes happen in both states. What's the other crime in Pennsylvania? Okay, he was evading. He was running. Okay, so but the main crime happened in the state of New York. So then that's where he's going to face the bulk of his charges right there. So that's the next thing. If he contest his extradition, then it'll take 30 days. The guy said it'll take 30 days to get him to New York City. So that's the timeline for him right now. So he will get his meal tonight, allowed to get a shower. They'll probably have him in a cell by himself. He'll eat a nice square meal tonight because he's tired. I don't know if he's gonna get any sleep. But this is, as of right now, this is the time, because he's a smart kid. This is the time he start reflecting. I don't effed up. I don't effed up. I effed my life up. Now his life is going past him now. He don't effed up. He's 26 years old, man. Only thing I could say is he can say he had mental illness. Maybe try to go that route. You know, something. You know, because this is crazy. But, you know, it happens all the time. You have lone gunmen out there. It happens. And you see what happens. He was caught alive, and now he got to face the music. You see, you go to Mickey D's, makes no sense. Chad, hey, I'm with you. They said maybe he wanted to get caught. You know, because he did, like I said, he did something to alert the people in there. First of all, he going in there with that mask on. Now, I could tell you one thing. He shouldn't have had the mask. Let me tell you something. He shouldn't have had the mask on. Because if, like I told you, if he take the mask off, I don't know who he is. Now, with the mask on, yes, the country is looking for a masked guy. They're looking for somebody with a mask on. Now, you going up in McDonald's with the mask on and similar clothes, what they looking for, yeah, somebody might call the cops on you. But if he took that off, he may have gotten away with it. Yeah, he probably look exhausted. You say he won't get pain meds in prison. He'll get some pain meds. Like I said, his family got money. Also, he's connected politically. So that's going to help him. However, he is going to do time. Now, I'm going to tell you this. Will he be the rest of his life in jail? I don't know. Hinckley is out. Y'all know Hinckley is out, right? Huh? Y'all know he's out doing YouTube videos, right? Y'all know who he is, right? I know somebody gonna be like, hey, I'm capping. I'm just waiting for it. Yes, John Hinckley. Yes, he makes YouTube videos, okay? You said, listen, you never know if he gonna get out. John Hinckley is doing YouTube videos. The man that shot President Reagan. Oh, yes. He's doing YouTube video. He don't live too far from me. That's why I don't mess with him. He don't live too far from me. Okay? He is out doing YouTube videos. Okay? So if you connected, your family connected, you got a little bit of money, he may not spend the rest of his life in jail. Okay? He may not. Like John Hinckley got out. But he technically didn't kill nobody. You see what I'm saying? He actually, well, Brady he passed away eventually. You know, he was paralyzed because of the shooting. Then they came up with the Brady bill. But that man is out free doing YouTube. And guess what? With no supervision. Because before, when he got out before, it was for supervision. He ain't got no supervision no more. Okay? And he still act off. He still do. I mean, he act like he ain't all there. Okay? But I gotta be careful with that because you never know who's watching. I never know who's watching. I ain't giving you the YouTube name. You gotta go find it. I ain't gonna give it to you. But this kid could be off too. So in 35 years, he might get out. Okay? So it depends. See, this is a case here, he might be able to negotiate a deal. Okay? Because he done been caught on camera. So we work his connections, see what we could do like that. But it don't look like he getting out. This is a federal case. So it don't look like it. He said he was deep into philosophy. Hey, man. What was he philosophizing on? Philosophizing on. Excuse me. My philosophy. But, hey, man, his parents got to go through it. Sometime when your kids get older, it ain't nothing you could do. You know what I'm saying? You did all you can. If they have some type of situation, ain't nothing you could do about it. They grown. Now he getting ready to go to grown man jail. Up there with Puff. Now he got to sit up there with Puff because you know they're going to segregate him from the rest of the population. So you know he's going to be up there with Puff. Puff already mad. Now he up there with Puff. And I hope he got his laptop by now. But I have to get back to Puff because Jay-Z don't took the show. Now I got to figure out how I'm going to get back to Puff. Now somebody said something about new charges or something like that. Yeah, I got to change my vibration, Chris, and get on it because you just said, well, you ain't on Puff yet, Max. This kid is cool, but what's up with Puff? I'm like, Chrissy, I'm getting to it. You let me get a chance, get a break and change my vibrations. And then no more libations though. No more libations. I don't have that wine in here for about a year now. Hey, it's aging though. Man, I took one glass last night. I said, God, I got to get off. I immediately went to sleep. I slept good too. You know you're sleeping good when you're dreaming. Because I had to change my vibration. So, what's going on with these new charges? Somebody said new charges with Puff. So we got to get to that. Jay-Z upset. We got to deal with Jay. It's crazy, man. You said the superseding indictment about to come down. You said his friend is talking on CNN right now. Okay, I got to get to it. 30 minutes, I'll be back. Yeah, I need a break. You know, go to the store real quick, get myself together, and you know I'm going to be right back. Yes, indeed, I'm going to be right back. So, guys, I'll be back in, like Chuck Willer used to say, I'll be back in 2 and 2. Let me stop. He passed away, by the way. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I'll be back. Guys, I'll be back in a second. All right, y'all. Thanks for